Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention has drawn global concern. It has really drawn global concern, especially among Igbo groups in the US. Of course, we have been following this case for a long time, and everything dropping on this very case, we bring it here immediately on Success Media. You get all the verified news you need to know about this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Everything you need to know. We have been following it for a long time. Everything happening around it, we are bringing it to you immediately. This is where you get the best news immediately it drops on Success Media here. So the Igbo groups in US who are now seeking sanctions against 5 Nigerian judges handling his case. 5 Nigerian judges handling his case. Many believe the judiciary is compromised and acting under the influence of the executive arm of government, and which is truth. These men are acting and doing everything under the executive arm of government, despite court rulings in his favor, in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's favor. They don't care. The government has continued to defy justice, holding him in prolonged detention. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu recently wrote an emotional letter to US President Donald Trump, pleading for his intervention. Of course, we know he did that. I showed you that here on our previous video, where he wrote emotional letter to Donald Trump, pleading for intervention and warning of his possible threat to his life. But he is seeing that his continued detention is a threat, that these people don't want his release and everything. Do you understand? So he wrote that emotional letter to Trump to intervene with his good office, because he's the one our government can listen to. Do you understand? He's the one they can listen to. He also wrote to United Nations, EU, and Vladimir Putin, president of Russia. That one tweeted that he's warning of a possible threat to his life. This has started renewed international attention to his case. Supporters around the world, especially in the diaspora, are not relenting in their advocacy for his release. His next court appearance will be on 10th of October, and the world is watching closely. His resilience and his followers show the call for justice. They want justice for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His followers and the global outcry show that the call for justice is only growing louder. If Mr. President should listen, he should listen. We urge everyone to stay informed and not fall for propaganda. These US Igbo groups are seeking justice for this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and possible serious sanction to these corrupt judges. Look at what they said. Igbo groups seek US sanctions against 5 corrupt judges that violates human rights on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Judges who have engaged in corruption and subversion of justice will face severe consequences in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, this is what will happen. This is what everyone is praying. But there's no sincerity, rule of law in Nigeria. These judges have turned our judiciary into mess, into bazaar, jamboree of mess. Of course, this channel is the best verified channel you can rely on for every news that drops. To subscribe to our channel for verified and real-time updates on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case and others. If you have never subscribed, just click on subscribe button so that you get all our updates, everything happening about this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. This is where you get it. We are just looking forward to seeing how they will handle this man's case, because all these judges, their corruption is imminent. apparent, clearly seen. Everyone is seeing it. And this is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have actually seek international and Western intervention, because the days are dark. There is serious threat to his life. This is a threat to his life, and he knows this is a threat to his life, because most people who are supposed to back him up, the Igbo leaders, Igbo politicians, have actually refused to say what they're supposed to say. They are even working against him because they are seeing him as a threat. They are seeing him as a threat. It's really painful that somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom have been showing love to people, telling them what they should do, the right thing government should do, how to channel effort towards bettering the life of people. But they are seeing him as a threat. Because most of these Igbo leaders, politicians, they don't care. They are just after their own family. And most of their families are not here in Nigeria. People are suffering on daily basis. They don't care. Poverty is what is seriously creating more avenue. Creating an avenue for destructions, because many people have embarked on crime because there is no food to eat, and government do not care. Still, they are imposing heavy tax on people. This is what most of these activists, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and others, are advocating, that there should be what a better life for Nigerians, a better life for Nigerians. But they don't care about this. A better life for Nigerians. Why are they keeping him in detention? This case just requires 6 months of what? Justice. Either you sentence him or whatever with evidence, but there's nothing happening. They just kept him there, and his health condition is deteriorating. What a mess. What a country. What a country. So now, right now, we are watching closely to see what will happen on this very group for this judge's sanction and some other things. So kindly subscribe to this very channel for more updates on this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Of course, you know this, that this success media is where you get your verified news as it drops. Any news about this and other news globally within, be it politics, entertainment, and what? Sports. This is where you get the verified news. So we are looking forward to seeing Trump's what? Intervention on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case before 10th October 2025. Thank you so much, and do have a lovely night ahead. Thank you.